Chair.
So I'm asking my question on behalf of the Cambridgeshire Sustainable Travel Alliance, an alliance with 30 member organisations, both local and national, active in the areas of transport, environment and health. My question is as follows. The GCP has put forward 3 alternative road charge scenarios as potential ways to respond to the consultation survey. Scenario 1 would nearly halve the funds available to spend on bus services and improvements to walking, wheeling and cycling, looking at the 2031 figures. And Scenario 3 would reduce them even further. Scenario 2 maintains funding for sustainable transport, but does this because it is potentially the same as the consultation proposal in its steady state, again looking at the 2031 figure. The Making Connections 22 consultation brochure stated that the project would give people a realistic and reliable alternative to the car, and the improvements to buses, walking, wheeling and cycling set out in the consultation proposal were supported by 70% or more of consultation survey respondents. Many people we've spoken to would like to see even better buses, particularly in rural areas and further investment in active travel. It's hard to see how the Making Connections future transport vision, which a large majority would like to see, could be achieved, however, if funding from the road charge reduces by half or more. Any new scenario must also respond to the concerns raised in the consultation. The GCP has said it will listen. We would like to encourage further discussion of scenarios that could produce levels of funding for public and active transport that are at, near or above those in the consultation proposal, yet also respond to the concerns raised in the consultation survey. An example scenario might be if the Sustainable Travel Zone applied 7 days a week and account holders were allocated a certain number of free days a year, for example 104, for use whenever they saw fit. Could the GCP commit to modelling this and other scenarios that do not reduce funding for sustainable transport, but also respond to consultation feedback?
First, in response to Ms Hughes and the scenarios, the scenarios set forward in the paper are intended to be sort of illustrative only, and there'll be sort of further work to do to reach a recommendation if the board asks us to do so. There is, of course, a balance to be struck in the way that the board choose to respond to the concerns. And just as the range of opinions expressed in the consultation was incredibly wide, so we sort of recognise that people will have a range of views as to what are the right adaptations as well. And I think that's actually illustrated quite well in the range of questions we've had even here today. Look, all adaptations do carry some consequences, but the commitment is to try and work out what is the scheme that can deliver meaningful change to public transport and sustainable transport investment compared with the status quo. So that will be the work of the next stage if the board asks us to proceed to do that.